Alright, gonna cheat a wee bit tonight. I'm gonna make a fish cake. I'm gonna stick a fish cake in the oven by opening the packet, putting it on a tray, putting it in the oven, and then in whatever, half an hour or so. Can't be bothered reading. No, it does say it there. 20 minutes, I think. 20 minutes, that'll be done. But what I thought I would show while that's cooking is another way of doing rice. It's quite nice. Use that. It's just a herb and vegetable and herb rice. So it's kind of like a risotto, but not quite. But it's not. It's a bit more than just rice. So I've got a couple of. I've just been up the shops, so I was packing the fridge, so I took a few things out. What I want to do first is I want to start frying some vegetables. Yeah, let's start frying some vegetables. Basically, we're just going to fry up some vegetables and add the rice, and then add some stock, and then let it cook. I'm just going to use the same 2-to-1 method of rice, the same 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice method I've done before. And I'm only going to use half this onion, so as I've done before. I'm going to store half an onion in the fridge, which you're not supposed to do. So 20 minutes, 8 to 20, 8:40ish. So here on it. I'm going to go fairly small dice. Again, the cleaver's been really useful. So doing a lot of vegetable chopping. So I think you just want to just gently kind of sweat down these vegetables. Then add the rice in. Quite straightforward. But just another way of getting a load of vegetables into your dinner. These courgettes are quite soaking wet. Give them a rinse off. So these courgettes are soaking wet, so they're not going to last for very long in the fridge when they're wet like that, so you've got to dry them out. So I'll just leave them out to one side. I'm probably just going to bin that, and I'll use one of my other plastic bags to store that. But this is when I lived in Glasgow, and I was working in a restaurant. I used to live with one of the chefs that I worked with, and he just kind of knocked this up. He gave me this idea years ago, just as a way of adding a bit more flavour into rice, making it a wee bit more interesting. Just started that at 6, but I'll turn it down a wee bit. And as usual, cleaning up as I go along. Got a couple of mushrooms in it, but not very good. Just knocking some of the dirt off the mushroom. I didn't mention before that quite a lot of water in the mushrooms, so they absorb water. So if you wash them under the tap, they just take on even more water. So you just tend to give them a wee rinse, just give them a wee wipe rather. Just going to do the same quantity of rice that I normally do, the 2 water to 1 rice. Yeah, that's lots. So you could be putting other things in there like mange too, or peas, or frozen vegetables, or sweet corn, or an aubergine maybe. And just let that fry and it'll sweeten up. So do the rice. Just do the rice the same as I've done before, where you're just going to wash it first. Wash that. Actually, garlic. I should do my garlic. You can see the kitchen as I'm working gets progressively cleaner. It's one of the sort of some of the techniques I wanted to show in these videos, you know. Just let that soak for a bit while I do these. So I've got this on half power, medium heat. Not in any hurry. The longer they fry for, the sweeter they'll get, so we're not in any hurry. Just because I don't like heating the seeds, I don't like the seeds are a bit tough. So basically, rather than using just water to boil up the rice, I'm going to use some stock. I'm going to use the vegetable stock, but just whatever you've got. By using the vegetable stock, I think it'll be vegetarian and vegan and whatnot. Obviously not the fish cake, but the rice dish itself would be. When I got the garlic on my hands, mentioned before, get the garlic on your hands if you go into the food, the cook shops, you know, John Lewis and all that. Scrunching. You can buy it looks like a bar of soap, but it's made out of steel, and that's to take takes the smell of garlic off your fingers, or the strong smells of stuff off your fingers. But you can just kind of rub your fingers on the blade of a knife, obviously being careful not to cut yourself. We're all allowed a wee treat every now and again. We're all allowed to. I don't cook every night. It's coming down nicely. So we're just going to wash the rice exactly as I've done before. I was up in my neighbour's house once and they said, have you seen the videos on plastic rice? And I hadn't heard of this. But then they show you this video of somebody, I think in China, with a machine, and it's kind of he's turning this machine and there's plastic going in one end and there's rice coming out, what looks like rice coming out the other end. And it was supposed to be some big deal that, you know, he was selling this. And, you know, I assume making up rice the normal way and then adding that to it to bulk it out. And apparently whenever you wash your rice, if it floats then it's plastic, and that's how people were avoiding eating this plastic rice, by being told you've got to wash it and if it floats. But then I think it was actually a load of rubbish. I think it was just I think somebody just made it up and it wasn't a true story at all. Who knows? It was quite funny. But none of this is floating, so I don't think any of it's plastic, which is good. So exactly the same with this. I'm just going to put two cups of two and a wee bit cups of water onto this, and I'm just going to add it into the pot and then just let it cook down the same as before, except you've got all that flavour and stuff from those vegetables. That's why I left that out. And because I did a heat ramekin of rice, so I'll put in a wee touch of extra water. It's 2 and a bit. I'm hesitating now. And just chuck it all in. Actually, I should have put the rice in first of all and then fried that a wee bit, but it's okay. Doesn't make much difference. Every grain out. Turn the temperature up. Just stir that a wee bit, and then I'm just going to chuck in some of this bouillon powder. It's getting a bit old, this, I think, but you could probably be measuring it, but I don't. I just put in some. Just put in some, and then once it comes to the boil, I'll taste it, and then I'll put in more if I need to. And we'll put that in at the end. Whole packet of basil, whole packet of parsley. Just chop them through at the end. So I probably will sign off now actually, because fish cake's not, but yeah, these will cook at the same time. A wee bit oven's a wee bit hot, turn that down a wee bit. I'm not going to put salt, probably not going to put salt in it. I'll put pepper in it because that's got a lot of salt in it, so it doesn't need any extra. But I'll check that. And that's it. So you're basically just frying off your vegetables. I've used mushrooms, courgettes, peppers, onions, and then actually, well, I was going to put some dried herbs into it. I'm going to put a wee bit of dried herbs through it as well. This wee mixed herb thing is pretty good. I think if that's the one herb that you buy, if you only buy one herb, buy that. A mixed herb blend. It's really good. Let's probably get rosemary, thyme, oregano, basil, pepper, marjoram, thyme, rosemary, sage and parsley. So it's kind of just, you know, a bit of everything. And it's really good. It lends itself to a lot of things. And that's it. And then basically exactly the same as when you're doing normal rice. Boil that up. Now it's started to boil, I'm going to turn it down, put the lid on it, and then when the water disappears it's done. Actually, what did I say? I was going to taste it, didn't I? Just taste the strength of the stock. I think I will actually not add more stock, but I will add, to contradict what I just said, I'll add a wee touch of salt. I think that might just help that stock along a wee bit, just a small pinch of salt. So that's it. So fried vegetables in with the rice, same ratio of water to rice, 2 to 1, 1 rice, 2 water. And then I've got my fish cake in the oven, and then at the end, once the rice is done, I'm going to just fold through all these herbs, and then that'll be it. So I'll sign off and I'll come back when it's done. I keep forgetting to look at the clock, but I think that that's about maybe 10 minutes or so, and that we're just turned it off there. It's alright faff to switch the camera back on. Just turned it off to stop it overcooking, so we'll call that done. Now that the water's disappeared, and I'll turn the oven off as well, and then I'll just chop through these herbs. So as usual, don't skimp on the herbs. Water plenty in. It's always vegetables and garlic, it's always the same stuff I do in this board, so don't really need to clean it too much. So we'll just leaving it on the residual heat just to kind of finish drying out, but just gently fold the herbs through. You don't want to go too much because if they might go a bit sticky and a bit claggy, but it's fine. See there, so that's your vegetable and herb rice. So that's a third way now of cooking rice, and this way, you know, see, it's on the kind of along the lines of a risotto. It's not a risotto, but it's, you know, same rough kind of idea of you know, rice with stuff in it, basically. And I'll be reheating this as I always do, so the same, the usual rules apply. Get that off the heat as soon as possible and get it cooling as quick as possible, and that will be in the fridge within an hour. That's important. Don't waste any of this. So I'll put the lid on to stop it drying out, and then just bung the fish cake on the side. It's been 45, 50, 20, about 30 minutes that's been in the oven for. I'm going to have a wee bit of I bought some new tartar sauce. I think I might. No, I didn't. I just bought a new jar of tartar sauce, so put a wee spot of that one. So that's you there. So that's herb rice. So you fry up your herbs. So you fry up your vegetables, and fry up your vegetables. Put the rice in. Put some stock into it, and then boil it down in the same way. And you can have that with anything. So I've just kind of gone for an easy option of a thing you just chuck in the oven. But yeah, so that's that, and I shall talk to you next time.